Hello there. How are you today?
Yeah, I was great today.
Okay. My name is Chris.
My name is Ellie. I live in Seoul, South Korea.
Hello, Ellie. Nice to meet you. I am originally from the United States, but for the last 7 years, I have lived in South America in a country
hmm
called Argentina. Argentina.
Argentina.
I'm in
Yeah.
the capital city of Buenos Aires, which is
Ah,
really a
yeah.
big city. It has a total population of about 15 million people.
hmm I have heard the Argentina.
You've heard of Argentina. That's good.
hmm
Many people have not. You'd be surprised. We're kind of isolated down at the bottom of the world here. The southern tip of Argentina goes almost down to the South Pole, and it's
hmm
easy to kind of forget about us. But we're south of Brazil and east of Chile on
hmm
the east coast of South America, the Atlantic Ocean side toward Africa.
Yeah.
And there's not much down here, really. It's a lot of ocean.
Yeah. Your location is um, pretty north to north way, right?
Well, we're in the southern hemisphere, but
Mm-hmm.
Buenos Aires is the northern part of Argentina. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In map terms, in terms of latitude and longitude, it's only about 35 degrees south of the equator. So the
Uh-huh.
weather is fairly moderate. Summers, especially in January, can be
Yeah.
very hot. Oh, and the seasons are backward. December is the middle of summer here, and June is the middle of winter because we're in the hemisphere. South Africa, Australia, New Zealand are all the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's is the weather still hot in Seoul or is it starting to cool off?
Now it's getting cooler here.
Good.
Yes,
Hmm.
couple days ago, it was so hot here, but mm, not uh, not not today. So it's better.
Good. Good. Yeah. Yeah, we can tell it's spring for us, fall for you is supposed to
Mm-hmm.
start in another month. I think a month from today, September 20th or 21st will be the equinox. So
Mm-hmm.
tell me about yourself, Ellie. What do you do? Are you a teacher like me?
No, I'm a housewife. Uh, I have
Okay.
uh, I have two naughty boys. They are adorable.
Good. And how old are they?
Yeah, eldest son is six and 6 years old, and mm, youngest boy is 4 years old.
Ah, okay.
hmm
Very good. So the oldest boy is starting school now?
Uh, Now, pandemic situation is getting getting worse too than
Yeah.
before. So
Yeah.
we do not go to school now.
Oh, I see. Okay. So he's taking classes from home?
Yes, but not all the time. Just for um, he he study with me. He study with me may- about 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day.
Oh, only an hour a day. So you have to keep
hmm
him entertained for the rest of the day.
yeah.
So what do you do to keep your boys busy during the day so they don't drive you crazy?
Yeah. They always playing with Lego and
Oh, Legos,
their
very
figure.
popular.
Yeah, their uh, figure.
Okay.
Figure. Yeah. For example, there's some kinds of sea creature animal and extinct animal. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Extinct animals are sea creature of dinosaur.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Okay, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, yeah. Like an ichthyosaur or something like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So are your boys learning any English?
Yes. Um, my
Good.
eldest son speak English. My eldest son uh, speaks English pretty well, but youngest is not not
Well, 4 is
good,
pretty
not
young to be
good.
learning. He'll
Yeah,
be
not
okay.
good.
It is a big advantage to start when you're young. Here in Argentina, the language is Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm lucky in that I grew up in the southern part of California. I'm from a city
Wow.
called
Yeah.
San Diego, which is right on the Mexican border. And
Mm-hmm.
about one third of the people who live there are either Mexican or Mexican American. So Spanish is
Mm-hmm.
spoken everywhere. And
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got started learning Spanish when I was about 6 years old,
Wow.
which
Mm-hmm.
gave me a real advantage when I moved to Argentina. Now, the
Yeah, yeah,
Spanish here is
exactly.
different from the Spanish of Mexico, but still I had a head start.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm still not fluent in Spanish. I can have a conversation. I usually understand what people are saying to me, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fluent yet. I don't know if I ever will be, really.
Mm. I think you are good at Spanish as well.
I try, but
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe what I need to do is get a teacher and actually take formal lessons. I will be taking early retirement at the end of
Mm-hmm.
this year, hopefully, and I'll have a
Mm-hmm.
little more time to do
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
But I think maybe some formal lessons are needed rather than just trying to learn it by doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And part of
Mm-hmm.
part of the problem is I spend all day long talking and thinking in English with my students, so I only practice in the evenings.
Mm-hmm. Likewise, for me, um, before Cambly lesson, I I'm always afraid of conversation with the English.
Hmm.
So I hesitated all the time before my lesson. Should I have a topic or not? That's my problem. Actually, I want to
Well,
fluent in English, but should what is the best way to have a topic or not? Uh, that's
it
my
really
concern.
depends on the
Mhm.
teacher and what you want to do. There are many different ways a Cambly lesson can go depending on what the student
Mhm.
wants. You can just have free conversation. You can have a subject. You can get a lesson from the library. You can go
Yeah.
to, if you've been on, it says you've been on Cambly for almost 7,000 minutes. So you must have been to Engu. You've seen their daily news section.
Yes. Yes. I have studied. Yeah, several times. That's
Huh?
great.
Good.
Great content.
Yes. I can actually suggest another site for you that's really interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and that's duolingo.com.
Uh huh. Yeah.
duolingo.com.
I I
And
have learned the Duolingo app on my
good,
cell phone,
good,
smartphone.
good.
That's great. That is great. But I when at the first time I have had a lot of contents and tests on Duolingo app, but I do not continue to try.
Well, you can create a free account there and just spend, 10 minutes a day working on it. I recommend to my students they create a free account
I
at
know.
Duolingo
Yeah.
and just maybe spend 10
Yeah.
minutes a day doing a little practice. It's no substitute for
Mm-hmm.
Cambly. You need Cambly to talk with a live person, but Duolingo can help. It's a little extra daily
Yes.
practice. It doesn't cost you anything. Um,
Yes.
when I first saw it, I thought, oh, this is silly because they have the little cartoons. You get the right answer, they throw up their hands and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I worked with it, the more I
Definitely.
realized
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
the more I looked at it, the more I realized it does actually, it's a good solid English learning platform. Once you get
Mm-hmm.
past the cartoons, it's actually doing a good job. And I like the way they try to throw different things at you. They don't just do the
Mm-hmm.
same exercise over and over. Every exercise is a little different. Sometimes they
Mm-hmm.
tell you in your language and you have to translate to English. Sometimes they tell you in English, you have to translate to
Mm-hmm.
your language. It's a very good system. I like it a lot. The more I see of it, the more I like it.
Yes, yes. I know already that platform is great platform for learner, English
Huh?
learner. But actually, I'm so lazy learner.
No,
I
lazy. I mean,
think.
you have to find time. So tell
Mhm.
me, Ellie, do you like to cook?
Um,
Not really.
yeah. I was thinking, I do I like cook cooking or no?
That's okay. I like cooking. I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. And especially during the pandemic, I think it's safer
Mm-hmm.
because if you go to a restaurant, you don't know what the people who work there might have. It's easier to get the food or safer to get the food and cook at home, but it does take time. What I
Mm-hmm.
find is that if I have a free evening, I will cook dinner. But if I have a night
Wow.
class to teach, I will get something from out, get a pizza or a hamburger or whatever. Um, One of the nice things about Argentina is that the beef here is really, really good.
I know. Yes. So when I heard that you are living in Argentina, oh, you cook delicious and fantastic steak.
Yeah, really good. And
Mm-hmm.
people here are really good at cooking on well, there's different words for it. We can say barbecue
Mm-hmm.
or grill. The local word is parrilla,
Yeah.
but basically, when you build a fire with charcoal and you let the fire down to coals and then you cook the steak over the fire, they're really good at that here. They're really, really
Mm.
good at it.
Yeah.
Amer- Americans, we tend to make a big fire and try to cook it fast, and it winds up burnt on the outside and raw on the inside. But here they make a small fire and they cook it very slowly. They're really
Mm-hmm.
good at it. Really,
Yeah,
really good.
I prepare like that fire, like that kind of fire.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's
I
tough.
prepare slow cooking, slow cooking.
Hmm. Yep, indeed, indeed. Hmm. I do that sometimes when I bake a roast. What I'll do is
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a glass baking dish and put the roast in it and put some red wine over it. And then I cook it
Mm-hmm.
at a high temperature for just 20 minutes to brown it on the outside. Then I take it
Mm-hmm.
out, let it cool. I put in the vegetables and the spices and fill it up with water and then put it back in the oven for a long time, maybe 2 or 3 hours at a low temperature. And it makes a tough cut of beef really tender. You can cut it with a fork. It's so tender. I love it when it turns out
Mm-hmm.
like that. I bake it, like I say, in a wine sauce. I put some potatoes and carrots and onions and things with it. It's really good.
Well, sounds good.
Yeah, it is. The
Mm-hmm.
one thing I miss though is growing up on the Mexican border, I ate a lot of spicy food when I was a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Mexican food is very spicy.
I know.
And
Yeah.
not here. In Argentina, they don't like
Mm-hmm.
spicy food. Now,
Uh-huh.
Korea has some really hot, spicy food, doesn't it?
Yeah, Argentina's food is totally different to Mexican food, right?
Well, yeah, different, but
With the
it's yeah,
Mexican
very
food.
different.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was
Uh-huh.
saying in Korea, you have a lot of spicy food, don't you?
Yes, like Mexican food.
Hmm. Hmm. Kimchi is sometimes very spicy.
Yeah, sometimes very spicy, but not.
Right.
You say kimchi is very much. Yeah, so I think kimchi is not spicy anymore than before. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So
Yes,
there are many different kinds of kimchi, aren't there? I mean, it's not all the same.
yes, yes.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's actually a
Radish,
fairly.
for example, radish, green
Mm,
pepper. Yes,
yeah, I love
well,
radishes. They're good for you too.
yes,
Radishes are very healthy.
yes.
Oh,